Boswell, who began in Arizona. And they got a couple of defenders out there on him. They're going to start about 3. Jim Davis has got the ball right now. Houston's going to blitz every pick and roll with the big guys. Wyatt, second team All-American. That's a little Texas to the right. Around the rim. And the catch it in. Strawberries out about Saw. Here comes Wyatt. The top, the lead, the fall, and it's sending to the ahead to Bridgeway. To the head. Johnny Tucker. I'm telling you, this guy plays as hard as anyone in the country. All these point guards have been running the rim with chances to score and haven't been able to convert it. Goes on. 15-footer. He's outstanding at finding open space. Loves that mid-range, but if there's an open area, Chris is back to his one-and-done philosophy, bringing in great talent. And recruiting a little bit different now. Being older by getting transfers in, but still able to get a top player of high school or two. Complemented with some veteran leadership. And you build your team a little bit different. The roster construction is not freshmen. It's kind of different. Kentucky, when Jonathan Perry was there. 2-3 for Giants, he got that lives. The SEC Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, that's what he's full of plays. And then again, with the feels like the game will get strengthened. You're getting into the action. But it's going to play a big role in this game. Let's stop the move. There's a lot of talented players on the court, and this time Malik Thomas does an excellent job of not just moving his feet, but using his chest. So what against Warriors, that time you eliminate.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Dome, home to the Orange at Syracuse University. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Boilermakers will kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. from the gun. Running back gets to give. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Smalls. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Boilermakers! The defense putting points on the board.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's crossed. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Fires to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Let's go. Looking to throw at Smalls. Got his man on the right. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Fires complete on the crosser. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. looking to throw on first down. Touchdown, Syracuse. Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. It's fired. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to throw on first down. They've got the screen set up. Breaks into the open. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Running back searching for a hole. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
The Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. They're working that left side. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Purdue! And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the
7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Finds his man. It's cross. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. From the gun, the give, looking for room. There he goes. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. To throw, it's Smalls. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
To the air on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's fired. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
Has to get there to move the sticks. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Boilermakers! Great job by the back on the option.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
What you got? Good night, bro. A lot, man.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game,
Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Dropping back, it's Smalls. Puts it out of the air. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Here we go. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He'll be stopped right at the 42 after returning the pick, and the defense comes up with a turnover. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. What a job to lay out and make the catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
The running back has it. Got enough for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop it.
Got to open up the playbook a little bit.
The Boilermakers getting set on 1st and 10.
He's cooking here. A drive before.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Looking to the big tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here.
Receptions were killed.
Lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Purdue! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Single back formation, and they give it to him.
Yeah, so far it's been a run game for real.
Stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I feel like passing wise,
they go backwards.
Playing pretty well
built
defensively.
They've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while before he blossoms, but.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Malls. Grabbed over the middle, It's Leonard. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that
certain times
so
just gotta give it
up. They can do so
much
damage on
the picks. I mean, you really threw it right
to him. Let him do the rest.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touchdown.
What you got to remember, yeah. If you got a better quarterback, then you can try it, but with him, it's simple throws. Can't take no chance. When I had my 69, I kind of understood the game a little bit better, so I do a lot of different other plays. Like I try to, yeah, shit like that. So it worked a little bit better for me, but you could tell the difference from when I had a quarterback versus when I didn't have one. But a lot of it is also my receivers. My receivers are fast, OD, so
and this is why you
that helps.
square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Finds a spot in the middle. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player.
You still in play Clemson?
So physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. To the air, it's Smalls. Throwing right. Makes the grab. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Syracuse right back at it.
This one.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Cross. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his
I mean, that's not bad, though. It's just freshmen, bro. Need something more stable.
He's got his man. Makes the tackle at the 20.
Like, really, you should be relying on your juniors, your seniors. But that grows in time. It's only a 2nd season, so.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Trust me, that happens to me too, bro. I promise you.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back.
You just gotta adjust. Bro.
They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's in.
I don't know why you would throw that, but
explosive play instead. They're looking at a
just try it at that point, I guess.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so
far. Sometimes it works, though.
Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position
throw it,
and making sure
try
that
to throw it
complete.
Underneath, like between, like throw it between him and the corner. It's a weird angle you gotta throw it at. Usually, sometimes, but it's not 100%.
Problem and a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Yeah, when you're aiming. When you're aiming, I find that when you try to aim it away. See, I should have been calling timeouts, but I'm letting it rock. But it's not gonna get the ball play, get the ball back. But when you're throwing it, you wanted to throw it away from the defender.
Fires to the tight end. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
and they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw.
So like especially if you're throwing a jump ball,
quarterback not on the same page.
Like you see where he's running, but you throw it in an angle where it's like he comes back, not completely comes back, but like he's jumping in front of it.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
That throw was kind of nice.
The offense will quickly use a timeout. Big
actually
play out of the
aimed
gate
at
to
too.
start this drive, and here they come again. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Got that.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense.
See what I mean? Like passing-wise, you've been holding me down.
Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught at the 25. He's loose down the left side.
Nah, he just ran man defense, man. I just read it, bro. You gotta know who you playing. Can't call certain defensive, but that receiver's nasty. Now, if you had a mean corner, you could run it, but you gotta know your personnel.
Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
And you can really mess that.
Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cross. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He leaves it with his back. Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and that's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
At number 30 is your freshman.
Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half.
I don't think I got any freshmen that's playing.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
Oh, actually, I do. I have my left guard. Left guard's a freshman.
Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead.
He was a 5-star.
First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it
My
on the
left guard,
ground.
no, it has to be me. I
He
definitely placed
doesn't
him.
get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
I didn't get no yards off that, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, we got straight stuffed.
Now what they had
Gotta
in
figure
mind
out
to
this
start
tight
this
end
drive, here
position
comes
now.
2nd and 13.
This is going crazy. Got it. Thank you. Really switch.
Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn. So an example of a tight end doing
So what?
unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
Oh, that was Blitzen?
I like the decision.
I mean, yeah, that comes in time. You just got big. It's almost chess technically. But the thing is, it's like, you know, EA is going bullshit, but at the end of the day, it's low-key like just chess.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
I was not even expecting it.
Down at the 14-yard line. And the Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field.
Good passing wise,
not much choice
you lock
but
me
to
up
get
on
rid of the ball.
running.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely.
Yeah, you only got 2. It's very possible to score. That's crazy. Hey man, I'm here to help. I know beef with sauce, man. We could talk and just learn the game together.
Play fake on first down.
I'm screaming. Niggas is in the conversation.
Oftentimes with play
That's what I'm
action,
talking.
you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Back to throw, it's Smalls. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Making side adjustments here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Syracuse will send out the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt will
so sick if you caught that.
Can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come
They'll
out.
be like, shit, good one, but I'm
The
just
Purdue
close.
offense heads back out to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
That's all you need.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And that would be the definition of first down success, putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Boilermakers have a lot of options on second and inches. To the ground with the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's fired. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Attainment?
Well, they try to spin it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires left. Finds his man open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is
That
working.
was close.
Good, solid pickup
That was
there. Now they can
close.
start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Makes the grab.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
I think
He
I
definitely
was
is
afraid,
today.
but
And I think the defense has
afraid
to
of the amount of running backs I had because I really only have 2 running backs.
beating them time and
First
time
one, this
again.
one, but the
And for a
second
quick
one's been
update, let's
pretty
go to
beast.
Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game
3
happening in
touchdowns
the
today.
back.
That's good.
Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football.
But the one thing I'll say is that other playbook, I definitely feel like what's better for me passing.
The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Average
you
was
should know
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll give it to the back.
Straight through.
At the 35, he's loose. And they'll
Broke that,
spot it
too.
at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the
We
middle
can't let you
unless your
crazy
offensive
now.
line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back
Yeah,
does a great
stop.
job finding the hole, exploding.
You know, that's what Alex
That
likes to
nice,
do.
big, huge game. If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Smalls. Throws to the tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I think the route runner got a little bit sloppy on his route. You've got to do a better job creating some separation when you're running these in routes. But good job by the defense, too, because they took advantage and knocked the ball away.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's got the tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Let's go! Let's go! Looking to fire. He makes the grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's a bang-bang play.
For
Running a
out,
slant,
right?
DB's
On
raised
top of
all
that
over
shit.
the wide
I didn't
receiver.
catch
He's got to
that,
make a
bro.
contested catch, but he shows really strong hands on that one.
A little screen to the running back. At the 20, he's got space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? To the air, it's Smalls. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Boss, I see you ready to safe route.
First incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here, and now they're playing catch up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
He wants to change this route. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Q. Grab the short pass to put the 6.
My dudes will not jump, huh?
This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging.
Oh, my gosh.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them and keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get
Oh,
behind them. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage.
You say Clemson?
Stopped at the 17. The Boilermakers have it back in.
Did you say he's not able to play tonight? Is that what happened?
Advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Sets up the screen.
Yeah, I can't run no screens, neither.
There was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backwards. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And that defense gets to it, and now he gets at the 9.
You clamping, you clamping.
You know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring
What's
some more
clamping?
speed
He's
on the
playing with some heart.
The defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Makes the grab close to the logo. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
Yeah, all right, no more points here.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work.
So selfish.
To the air, it's Smalls. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield.
Oh, in the middle of that screen.
All the way down to the 24-yard line.
Great job
Good
by
play,
the
good
offense.
play.
Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys are there looking.
Yeah, you start now. You put some plays together, man. You just gotta keep it like that. Keep it consistent.
Get those first downs. Get those
Beat
big
it.
chunks.
There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter you're down by a bunch of points and everybody
Just picked him in the backfield right there.
Back in the game, so you dial up the run play
I
and you get a
completely
huge
missed.
gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Orange.
Well, it's a nice job there.
Good half. Good half.
For the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, and I give back that last score.
Alex, don't worry, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be able to run it off.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
Yeah. He's saying my run defense suspect.
They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He'll pitch it. Got room at the 35. And that's what this option will do to you. They
I'm doing way too much.
He was off to the races.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out on the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman. Picking up a massive gain for this offense.
He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game.
Next season they're gonna have a boost. You're gonna be alright.
Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it. Keep getting those stats.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the
There's no
drive.
promise for me neither, man. Alex Alex took the one corner I was really wanting.
Specifically on this drive.
And the Boilermakers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Goes to the option. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And the pummeling.
You see the run game, though, get ready for it. We're going to lock down your run, and then we're going to run down your throat. Pause.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track
say it, and I just had to pause at the end.
Today, but opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come
See,
out
now I wasn't saying.
25-yard line.
We got to forget something though. Too many touchdowns. I like that you're trying,
From their own 25-yard line.
but we're gonna have to pick this one.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's taking a deep shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up.
I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Malls. Got his man out of the backfield. Still running at the 40. Across the 50 and knocked
That was
out
good,
of
good
bounds
play.
at the 48.
Good patience.
An explosive play gets this offense working. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Dumps it to the back. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd
That was
down.
the reaction from the running back right man. Somebody got my linebacker right there.
He has been under duress all
All the
game
way,
long.
yeah.
And that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense. And that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flag. It'll be 3rd third down.
Oh, the linebacker
I
came through.
absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly.
Still getting cooked in the
what time it is.
middle,
You've
but
got a
every
big
once in a
lead,
while
but
we
they're
get a
gonna have to
breakthrough.
throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. Makes the grab. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Syracuse looking for the 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But
You had a
now
good second
you're
half.
just fighting for pride.
What is what?
Just letting them try not to get any more points in this
The
game.
GG's.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
GG's.
All
right. Well, I guess Truce is the only one that we're waiting on.
And they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points.
Go ahead, you go on the one. Okay. But we got to buy again. All right, I guess.